On a morning of a hearing where the House was questioning Michael Cohen, Plaskett was communicating with Jeffrey Epstein. To be clear, this is years and years after he was convicted in 2008 of soliciting a minor. Plaskett was texting with Epstein that morning, the morning of the hearing that was aired on C-SPAN. She texted with Epstein, "He'll talk about his grades." Epstein responded, "What privilege stands behind the non-release of college transcripts?" He then says, "Great outfit. You look great."
Wow.
All caps. Plaskett replied, "Thanks." It goes on. At 10:41 a.m., Epstein, ever the weirdo, texts her, "Are you chewing?" Plaskett responds, "Not anymore. Chewing interiors of my mouth. Bad habit from middle school." Then Epstein asks when Plaskett's turn for questioning Cohen will come up. And she replies, "Hours. Go to other meetings." But then we get to the meeting. Then we get to her turn. Then we get to the questioning of Cohen. And Epstein tells her, "Cohen brought up Rona, keeper of secrets." Plaskett doesn't know who Rona is. You don't know who Rona is. And Rona's in all caps. So Plaskett responds at 2:25 p.m., "Rona?" Then she says, "Quick, I'm up next. Is that an acronym?" Then finally Epstein responds, "That's his assistant." Now listen, this is all of how it played out on text exchange. Now I want to show you the video from a C-SPAN airing. These are time-stamped. So is the C-SPAN time-stamping of that congressional hearing. And you'll see Plaskett look down at her phone as these texts come in and change her questioning, including not knowing the last name of Rona, who she ends up asking about to Cohen.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? As Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot.
Time-stamped right there. In that moment, another text from Epstein. What does he tell Plaskett? Good job.
Newly released documents reviewed by the Washington Post appear to indicate that during a 2019 hearing where Michael Cohen testified, Stacey Plaskett received text messages from Jeffrey Epstein. The Post reviewed multiple video feeds from the hearing, and this is what they found. So he texted her, "Are you chewing?" And she said, "Not anymore." So he's watching this live and sending her text messages.
Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will
He
turn
says,
it over.
Cohen brought up Rona, keeper of secrets. This is Jeffrey Epstein. And she says, Rona, basically asking who is that. She doesn't know who Rona is.
To correct the record, yes or no? Yes.
And she says, "Quick, I'm up next." Is that an acronym to what Rona, R-O-N-A? That's an individual. She's the keeper of secrets for Trump. That's his assistant, Jeffrey Epstein says.
Yes.
And then now she's going to ask Michael Cohen.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So, Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
Uh-huh. You got to quickly give us as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
As Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his. And
Good
she's
work from Jeffrey Epstein.
A lot that went on.
Now, of course, we all wonder if this woman is going to be held accountable, right? So they ask Hakeem Jeffries what he's basically going to do about this. And listen to this non-answer here.
Peter Tucker. Why should Americans trust you and House Democrats on the Jeffrey Epstein files when one of your own, Congresswoman Plaskett, was found to be texting with Jeffrey Epstein during a hearing, getting information from him, using that in her questioning during a congressional hearing, and at one point he tells her, "Good job."
This is a bipartisan effort to make sure that, consistent with what the survivors have requested, that there's full and complete transparency, and every single predator who may be in those Justice Department files doesn't escape accountability. We've always said from the very beginning that we want to follow the facts, apply the law, we'll be guided by the Constitution on any issue. That includes as it relates to the release of these documents.
And then do you condemn Stacey Plaskett just talking to a sex trafficker during a hearing?
I haven't had a conversation with Stacey Plaskett.
But is that troubling you?
I have not had a conversation with Stacey Plaskett. In fact, I think Stacey Plaskett has issued a statement as it relates to this, and her statement speaks for itself.
Yeah, so there you have it. Now, in my opinion, guys, I think the Democrats were probably in bed with Jeffrey Epstein more than Trump or they claim Republicans being. I don't know. I have no idea, but I can't wait. Whoever it is, whether it be Republicans, whether it be Democrats, whether it be Trump, any of these people, if they were involved in doing illegal activities, heinous activities with underage women, they all should be locked up and keys be thrown away. I do not give a damn what party you associate with. I don't align with any political party. I'm a conservative. Of course, I voted for Trump because I believe that I honestly believe that he didn't do anything. I haven't seen any evidence. There hasn't been any evidence. And I believe that if there is any evidence, they would have already released him. Why would they need to bring up all of these nonsensical charges in New York, in Atlanta or Georgia with Fannie Willis, with Alvin Bragg, Letitia James? Why would they need to do all of these things if they had such damning evidence of him doing illegal activities with underage women? That would have already been released. They would have already charged him. That is more of a slam dunk case than a stupid mortgage fraud that they allege that he committed, right? So no, nobody believes that he did something with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, with the Clintons and all of these people, I don't know. That's why I can't wait for the files to come out. I hope they come out, and whoever is in those files or is has done anything illegal and messed with children, I hope they burn in hell. But let me know what you guys think.